Good day, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. It is November the 2nd, 2020. This is a follow-up, part 2 to the first video I made about a return to sender spell that I did back in July, which I saw some pretty astounding results behind. Um, Really shocking to me because I'm still new learning. And there was a particular lady on a job that I just started back in March, and she just had it in for me where she wanted to make me her little personal, I'm gonna F with you boy, and if I can't have you, nobody else can. I'm gonna make your life miserable. And it's apparent that she's a quote unquote card carrying member, if you catch my drift. So she had a terrible incident. I never did state what it was, but it did impact her life in a very big and negative way. And she actually came out and stated what it was. And I could have easily overlooked it without listening to my guys to say, hey, this is a result of what you've done as far as my candle magic goes. And basically what happened is there was a fire that took place in a neighbor's apartment. It didn't burn hers down, but all her belongings got damaged from water damage from the fire department, and she had to live like in a hotel for like a couple of weeks. And I say, fuck it, she deserved it because you shouldn't have come through the door messing with a complete stranger that's trying to come to work and make a living and mind his own business. So I don't feel nothing for her and what she had to go through. But there were also two other incidents that took place that could have been a direct result of me doing the spell work that I did. And that is that there was another young lady in the class who was very boisterous, and she got like sort of like a hood ghetto attitude, and she don't hold her tongue, and she'll tell you whatever, and she's just one of them type of people. And come to find out that you know how we do in the hood, we had them play cousins that's so close that they like family. Well, when somebody in her life had passed away uh, before we got called back from the layoff, and I was like, wow, that's another interesting thing. But eventually we became cool and we talked. And I'm not going to even say it's cool. It's just that we kind of on a neutral level, because sometimes when you doing this, I already know that some people know who and where and the source is coming from. And they know better. I'm not the only one. If you're watching this video, you're not the only one. There's people that know about doing things like this, these spells and stuff like that. And if they can know who and what the source is, where it's coming from, they can be like, hey, this nigga knows something. And I better back off. I better change my ways, my views, my attitude towards this person. People are aware that they know. It's a secret type of thing that people do. Now, this is a new candle spell that I'm doing. I did this one on the night of the blue moon of October the 31st. It's like 3 days now. It's almost down to the end. It was a reversible black and red candle. This one was different from the other ones that I got. The top was red and the bottom half was black. But back to the point, there was a third incident that happened where during training, this guy who I figured he was plugged in with being one of those card carrying members was assigned to be out on the road with me driving, showing me the ropes, seeing whether I would, make the grade or not to get the job. And a very interesting thing happened. I know from rumors and things starting around and how these people operate that, once the network is going and who they want to mess with and who they don't want to mess with, I knew he was plugged in to mess with me. I know it. And when we were driving, we were waiting on a person to pick up, and mysteriously and coincidentally, the vehicle broke down. So apparently, that alone was enough to take his attentions off of his ill will towards me, as well as when the vehicle broke down, he received a phone call from a family member saying that one of his family members just passed away. So he was kind of distraught. The family member was already sick, but it just so happened to be on that same day when I had that candle was still burning that returned to sender. So this dude, whatever intentions he had for me, he had to put that on hold because the vehicle broke down. We had to call for a tow. And he got bad news that a family member passed away, as well as with the second young lady who lost her best friend, who was like a play cousin to their family. So, is this stuff powerful? Yeah. Does it depend on what cycle of the moon you use it and how you do it? Yeah. Um, could you call it coincidence? Yeah, you could. But one thing I know for sure in learning this, if people want to come at me on some evil stuff and I've done nothing, I've said nothing, and you barely even know me as a person, I'm gonna use this shit. I'm gonna use it. If this is what's gonna keep you up off me, I'm gonna use it. We all had parents, especially me at my age, we had parents that loved, really cared. They came from a different time and era. Parents would tell you, treat people nice. People treat people with respect, and because not only could they have a house with 15 cousins living in it where they can whoop your ass, you never know what people might know when it comes to things like this. And they might can do things to you that you can't see to fight back against. A little respect goes a long way. It doesn't make sense that you can come into a new line of employment and start a new job, don't know anyone, but everybody's focused on you and everybody know who you are, but you don't know who half your coworkers are. That's BS right there. And I know where it's coming from. The card-carrying members. And it don't make sense, and especially when 80% of the people you work with are so-called African Americans. So hateful. And sometimes I think that when it comes to hate, there's other races of people that hate us just for being who we are, being so-called black. But we, as black people within our own community, we hate more than the people that hanged us from trees, that hung us from trees. And that's sad. But as long as that exists, and with me learning what I'm learning now and still learning more, you want to come at me with some BS? I'm coming at you with the four elements. I'm coming at you with the Orisha spirits. I'm coming at your ass like that. You ain't going to be able to fight it. You ain't going to be able to do ballistics on it. You ain't going to be able to do fingerprints on it. If you fuck with me, I got this coming back at your ass. It's as simple as that. I'm the most peaceful person you could ever know. I try to keep to myself And people think that when you out here on these jobs or even in your neighborhood, oh, he quiet, he don't say nothing, he don't have that much company, he's somebody that we can just mess with as an easy target. Okay, do that shit now. Okay? So people need to learn how to respect people. Uh, and just like I said, when people think that you are an easy target, them to be the ones that come to work and go postal. Not saying that I would do that; it ain't worth it. But when you see these type of acts and incidents go on these jobs, you see it on the news. Them people that went off was the victim. The people that you see in front of the camera snotting up and crying and talking about it was terrible, them the ones who antagonized that person. And the media will never get it right. But a little respect goes a long way. This was a part 2 to that first video because there were some 2 other things that happened to 2 other people besides that one initial lady who came in from day one who did not know me from Adam and decided that I wanted to be the one that she wanted to fuck with. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel regretful for anything that happened to anybody if it came from this return to sender spell. Let this be a lesson to all those who want to do bad things to people who've done nothing to you. Don't fuck with people. Be respectful. Be nice. All I'm trying to do is work a little halfway decent ass job and make a living. That's all I'm trying to do. But when you're working with your own, as far as so-called black folks, they make it as difficult for you as it possibly can be under the simplest circumstances. So if you're tired of praying to some blue-eyed, blonde-haired man with some robes on and nothing is happening for you, it's time to start praying and paying homage and gratitude to some gods that do look like you with nappy hair and black skin and see what your results be like then. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have a nice day. Hope you all got something from this video.